Yo, what it do, JJONSOME? We back with another video, bro. Finally, no music today. I just saw this video and it low-key caught my eye, bro. It low-key caught my eye. We react to the 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. Apparently, it's all the Faze boys talking to 9 to 5 niggas. Feel me? And as you can see, y'all see the socials up there. I don't even got to say much more no more. I don't want to say much. Nigga got some new tech, man. We got the ads up top now. Stop playing with me, bro. So I'm excited for this video, bro. I see a couple clips online about it, so I'm like, bro, we gotta react to this junk. You know, Faze niggas are popping, bro. All them niggas. So, bro, let's get into it. Like and subscribe, a little.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk? Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job is
chill.
You would have to actually go to work.
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice. You're
high. You're hungover.
That's what I'm playing video games. I play video games on my spare
I
time.
don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
Nah.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay. All right, so my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Okay, in my opinion on this, so let's get this started already. In my opinion on if a 9 to 5 is harder than a streamer, it definitely is, but I can see on how. Here's why I feel like it's kind of whatever how you make it, because it depends on what content you're making. There's people that do YouTube shorts, my nigga, and they're racking in bank. There's people that clip streams and they're racking in bank, you know. And there's just people that, you know, they're doctors, bro. They're racking in bank, but it's a long process. These guys, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it could be stressful for them, bro. They have people spamming chats in the L. They gotta cater to this. They can get canceled at any moment and lose it all. You know, it really depends on what you're doing as a streamer to make it more stressful than a 9 to 5. So it kind of varies. I guess the income obviously is going to be better than your regular 9 to 5. I guess that's the main thing. But there's still that mental aspect and, you know, that social shit that goes into it, bro. I'm not going to lie, bro. Come on, bro. Being a streamer is not harder than 9 to 5 just because of the money wise, bro. You could get canceled, bro. But if you saved your money right and you put your money away, nigga, you're good for life.
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing is you're right. You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up. You go, you know, you flip some patties, you know, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never turns off.
When you're a mail carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with thousands, tens of thousands of people critiquing every little thing we do, every decision we make, every thought we have.
You guys got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have to go sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox. We have
got
to
it gravy, bro.
What's the next
and
trend?
that's what I was saying about it, though. Like, this fat nigga Lacey, you feel me? Like, he really might be going through some of that shit. You gotta realize, bro. That's really, I feel like that's how it's gonna be. Let's say I blow up maybe next year or whatever the case may be. Yes, bro, you really do gotta be on your game, bro. Niggas critiquing your shit. Especially now, it got worse, bro. It got really worse. People are really looking in way too deep, and you gotta be on your 10 toes. Being a mailman, all you gotta do is make sure you get everything everywhere at a time, bro. But just the pay is not there. The only argument these people really have is just the pay. I'm not gonna lie. So some people can't handle being the limelight, and that's facts.
What's the next idea? Oh my God, I have to stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass every day.
And you have lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7. You got high energy 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and kick back and get paid big money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around. We're walking around doing things, going to parties, doing all this stuff.
I gotta
going to parties.
This for not even $100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
no, I'm not.
Steady rate.
You're not guaranteed?
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as
Yeah,
that.
but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
Just
get paid
to
either.
accumulate.
You don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is boring. We don't like this video. You have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F does not define shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
Yeah,
I get
bro.
called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go
Professional.
out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going
Bro,
to...
I'm not gonna lie, that probably would get annoying, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That would probably get annoying. You gotta take a photo with everyone, and if you don't, you look at that like you're some demon, you're some like you don't care about your fans and shit like that. Shit, bro. If y'all niggas, if 113 of y'all wanted to take a photo, nigga, I'm taking a photo with y'all. Just because of love in my heart. Not gonna lie, especially the hoes around. I like to have 5 or 10 at a time. Feel me? The hoes it'll boost that shit. You hear me? Make me look
last?
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever.
Yeah, you
Having a
don't.
job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers.
Bro, I don't know why they're shaking their head. That's true, bro. You can fall off. That's why I'm trying to be like a Flight Reacts type nigga, you feel me? Because there's really no realistic way Flight Reacts could fall off. All he has to do is choose not to make content, you know? That's really what it is. That's why I like Flight. That's why I'm trying to go the Flight route, my nigga. I'm not trying to do all that kites and that and too much and I could just be chill. Niggas just fuck with me like Soluminati. That boy don't really gotta do much for real. He don't. Like right now he's doing some IRL streams. Like if so wanted to, he don't need to do that. That's why I'm trying to be like, dude, just use your personality, less edits, that's the methods.
What would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you
Job.
do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I'd couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
You're proving my point.
You would have to turn around.
You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there.
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag
That's true,
right
yeah.
here.
You can cook for another
I
school.
see red flags.
I'm gonna have to back let Lacey.
Just like how them teachers, my mom's a teacher. These teachers get thrown around, bro. You know, they don't want you here. You don't want you here. There's job openings everywhere. And actually, nowadays, if you're in the school system, bro, they're running through like bus drivers, teachers, substitute teachers, PE coaches, all that. They're running through those, so you could get passed around. I ain't gonna lie. You always got a job if you're in the school system. I'm not gonna lie to you, unless you did some fuck shit. You trying to fuck on the kids.
The truth.
Facts.
I think
do
something
that,
you guys aren't
probably
taking into
have a-
account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the 4 local
Yo, these niggas are rage baiting,
I gotta
bro.
make sure
crazy.
Like I gotta make sure I get the 4 Loco can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
Arkansas. 35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done it?
You get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You
Rhonda,
get spoiled, and your
Rhonda,
mama and
Rhonda,
daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving
we all
it to you.
struggle
Rhonda,
growing up.
Because
guys, I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed for
That ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
If you know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute ad?
pass trains,
3-minute
you
ad.
short-handed.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person. We call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you.
I got caught with
based
my
on it.
ex.
I
in
got caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And
Damn.
that's a big problem with
Wait, Funch?
younger people. You
Yo,
care
get her
about
on this-
what people
Yeah,
think.
get her on the
Social
podium, my
media,
nigga.
What
Damn,
they
she
say
bad.
about
Because
you.
that's our
That's
job.
our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24 hours.
Yo.
Open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
Yo, this nigga's stupid, bro.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he part of the
editors,
Faze team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
They really want to have any work.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9 to 5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months, I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad.
That's not bad. Bro, you know what? I'm looking happy to see that, bro. Nigga, I worked so many jobs, my nigga. I should have been started this YouTube shit. I should have been. Niggas were telling me when I wish I started in high school. I'm now 20, just kind of starting now. Well, I really started like when I was 19 with my friends and everything, but I didn't really work out because everybody kind of, moved away, da. But bro, I worked so many jobs. I started at McDonald's. That was like in 9th grade. Then I went to Carrabba's. Then I went to Chick-fil-A. Then I went to Toyota. Then I went to Sam Galloway, oil mechanic nig. And then I went Mr. Car Wash. Then I went Target. And now I'm at Hui and fucking Magoo's, my nigga. That's 8 jobs. Nigga, I gotta get out. Yo, I gotta get out, bro. Like and subscribe, bro. I'm not even joking anymore.
I actually feel like they're wrong.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%.
Yeah.
You have security.
Talk about raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people
But here's the he don't understand. He's talking to one of the biggest streamers in the world. Let's say you're an average streamer. Man, damn, how much does the average streamer make though? See, I don't really know, but nah, let me shut up, nigga.
Have a job because their pay is
when you go to work every day, everyone's
so you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid right
Ron might make
well, let's just
his
say
salary
that
in a
comes to
stream.
perspective.
That's the
if you
thing.
say someone
though.
who works food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with though? But it doesn't
easier.
make. But
well,
you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah,
so how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard?
Yeah, it's true.
That's the thing. It's like what
stuff
is
that
difficult.
you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube?
Much YouTube.
So it's the same thing.
Absolutely,
so the people that you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
Entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that? I'm just using that because that's the best example.
Bro, another thing too is like, bruh, it's challenging doing the streamer shit, bro. Because you stream. Because here's why: 9 to 5 workers is easier than being a streamer. Maybe not for them. You're talking to the big streamers; they make money, so obviously no, not for them. But for your average streamer versus your 9 to 5, bro, just take the 9 to 5. I ain't gonna lie, take the 9 to 5. Trust me. The dude, he said he was doing 4 years of not making any money, bro. That's tough.
Harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
in the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity. Because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
When
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone, you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, when you go to work rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me out.
Go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Oh, damn.
You got a lot of flags.
Yo, see,
your name?
Faze
I'm
method
Angelina,
already, bro.
and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right. She's right. I'm good though. We good.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to.
Look at Suki's face, bro.
A beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff
And it's like, damn.
for me when I get home. But if I
That's
didn't,
funny,
I would
man.
have to cook for myself and get to bed
You
in
got a
time and
girl.
wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect. And I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other opportunities.
You're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you were saying like, to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship, was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home, like.
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would have been able to do it without.
Example. So you said 14 you started, I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money and it slowly went super up and then all of a sudden it went down, right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off completely.
About to
myself. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9-to-5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system, I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like
They
watching
laughing.
So I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no
Yo,
income.
see, this is just crazy, bro. She just got no heart. He got no love in their heart, bro. This nigga's opening up by his personal experience and shit. He almost tried to kill himself. Girl left him cooked. You know what's crazy? Why do girls do that, bro? Like, low key, I feel like that's the ultimate method to know if your girl really likes you, bro. You just gotta hit rock bottom. No, I might do that. If I ever get a serious relationship that's a long time, I'm gonna pretend that I don't got no broke. I'm broke. I'm like, oh, babe, it's hard. Life is hard. I fucked up. The whole time I got, like, you know, money saved up. I'm good. You feel me? But I'm gonna, like, take a little chill. And if she leave me, she gone, bro. Then I'm gonna pop out back and I'll pop my shit. That shit, that's what I'm gonna do.
How are you able to survive?
That shit's flawed shit.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege?
16 living with your mom?
But my mom, how's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have
A lot of
places to
people
live.
do.
So a lot of
I
people
think.
don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid.
Is a good debater, I'm not gonna lie, bro, because she all over the place and she's not staying on track. She getting ate up right now, not gonna lie.
$1,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Secure, nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's
you
say
lose,
I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
No, Loki cares about that, bro, because this nigga been around since the Ice Ages, my nigga. Bro, I knew about Faze Adapt since BBC trolling. I knew about Faze Adapt when I was in elementary school, my nigga. Rice gum days, my nigga. Shit crazy. Elementary, by the way. Let me see how old this nigga is. Shit crazy.
Hey,
doing, bro?
Good. How you doing?
I knew about Phase of Death before I even beat my meat for the first time. Before I even knew about porn, my nigga. I had a little kid tablet. iPhone still had buttons. I didn't even have a phone. He been in the game for a long time, bro. He been making money for a minute now.
Gabe,
how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their job.
Yeah, but you have to get to that point. That's the thing they don't understand. They're talking to big streamers, but there's some average streamers that are kind of staying afloat with what they do. You feel me? They're just kind of staying afloat, bro. Maybe that may apply to them, but it doesn't apply to all the streamers.
Jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now. They get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
Done.
Okay, so listen. But to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years and years.
You see?
And years and hours of trust
All right.
and communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into.
For example, I've been doing this for years, my nigga. I've been doing this shit for years. He can never fall off because he worked his ass off on that face shit, trick shot shit, bro. You feel me?
1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so. I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
You
already know what he's doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
Yeah. When I was
Was it just you? Like
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the previous
exist,
point.
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press
So the
play, you
fact-
couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on.
Yo.
Then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Yes, you can. It's called Flight Reacts. It's called Jinx. Yes, you can.
Right, but I also had to spend years
It's called Soluminati. You really can.
earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Facts.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist. Physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the
Oh,
physicality.
brother.
You guys this is.
I
this
know
is
how to do a three-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone
know.
is
So-
very different.
So wait.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I hear you.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your
just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your thing
physically
is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
listen. So your whole thing.
doesn't get fat.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no, no,
physical.
no, but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't. No one in here can.
Come on, man.
None of you can.
But you
none
can
of
carry
you-
some, just
none of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You
yes.
taking him 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is never
Yes, I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
No, no,
all of the
wait,
things
wait.
that you
Stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When you're done, you're
Imagine
done.
these things.
Oh my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked. Your main underlining argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day
more-
to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many
any of you
hours
guys
a
ever do.
day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the
left
right
and he's not
spot,
trolling.
throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Yeah, you gotta get your
Stick
settings right and
drift.
shit.
What I'm saying is, for the most part, but
Facts.
that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
That ass.
Wait,
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Yeah.
Oh nah.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you,
Thelma.
sir. I am very occupational. My last job.
Yeah, first of all, my girl Delmont, bro. You gotta explain that cut, my nigga. You know, you seem like a nice young lady and shit, but I feel like the ball look will be better on you, no cap. Come on, my nigga. Let it go.
I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
Librarian, my
I
nigga.
have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes,
Yep.
all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9 to 5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
You have
to do
false
that.
energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me. Come
There's
on.
millions of people who watch the video
Yes.
who save lives every
Yes.
day, probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out and to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
So, but I'm saying it's like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay, now.
What kind of shit's going on?
You go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's what's
do what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people's
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my God.
Of course I watch
So do you
entertainment.
ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm
Did it
watching
make you, wait, did it make you feel better?
What make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like, oh,
coming.
I feel good?
Some of it is fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm.
How's it fake if you got that feeling from it? You can't fake your own reaction towards the content. It's doing its job. It's working. Simple as that. Even if it's so-called fake and not in your face, you still got that emotional feeling out of it. That dopamine was released from your brain cells, my nigga. So it's entertainment and it's not fake. Simple as that. Even though if they are faking it, yeah, so be it. But for you, it clearly worked. So they're working their job and they're doing what's right. And not everyone can do that. Streaming and content creation is really, competitive, my nigga.
Debating him,
Okay, yeah.
but go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right, come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hand
single
shaking,
day.
their hand shaking.
Like, you were my child. You know how we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had kids
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life, had kids come up to me and say these things. So.
Okay.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day, bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
she works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't want to watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I got to get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got taxed. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, maybe 20 years I'm going to be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
If I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to. hear this.
No, listen. Listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them. No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments now. You know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah.
you know.
You know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly shaving. I'm not shaving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool.
Silky got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrub something around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is fried.
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind is...
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
He
today.
already did my...
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What? I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
it means,
is that racist?
Yo, can we stop?
He has no social cues.
right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I want to say. You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an introvert. I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
And that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
No, he's Jerry Wu. He's a hood legend, Brooklyn legend, nigga. Jerry Wu. Bro, they gotta get new people to talk, bro. The same people.
How you doing?
Right.
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right.
Why pull up if you're not gonna be on the seat, bro? Say something.
I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah, I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe one,
But,
two, three.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to 5.
that
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He ran up a
Yeah,
bag.
I ain't gonna lie,
That was
I
his
did
choice,
bag. But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
Facts.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa? Yes. Amazing name.
Thank you. I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity
Yep.
to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't?
Damn.
Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of.
You
started.
feel stuck.
I feel stuck. Yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it?
Mm.
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm saying if
Baby, stop.
thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network.
Bro, they really had gems, bro. Adventure Time, Amazing World of Gumball, Lego Ninjago. Don't even get me started with Lego Ninjago. But yeah.
People, you guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
Not gonna lie, at the swag, bro, I'm gonna have to get off, bro, because I really do got a shit. So this is gonna be the last one.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model, but
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people like you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
But
pure.
her saying that Loki proves his point. Yeah, maybe yeah. Let's say yeah, he did get lucky. Exactly. Luck. You go to school, you work the job. Well, nowadays sometimes your college degree doesn't guarantee you a job, but like you're more likely to get that job. You went to school for. You could stream 10 years. It's not guaranteed that you're gonna become a big streamer and make money and make a living out of it.
Look, everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I
Everybody's
do,
not an
I'm not
influence.
posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I
camera.
was 16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Put in work, yeah.
No.
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel like they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he-
I got
No,
four.
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics.
He's one of the best. Look where he's at now, nigga. He has you talking to him about being a streamer. Well, what's harder? You're in this room for a reason. Because let's say it was just you guys in the room. I don't think a lot of people would have tuned into this vid. Now, wouldn't they? Shit. Nigga.
There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
like-
you're
So that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No, they
they
work.
have a talent. They have
They
a
work-
talent.
they had a
but
team.
it's,
So what
you
he-
know how many talented people
Bro.
out there and don't get
Yo. I hate when people do this because look, bro. Think about it. Sports is a circus act, bro. People dribble balls around and millions of people play the sport, bro. But LeBron James is one of the best to do it, bro. That's not luck. That's skill. That's talent. Maybe they are doing that dark ritual shit in the back, man, sacrificing babies and drinking blood and doing all that shit, bro. But that's how you know they put in that time and money to do that shit, dude. Shit. They really put in that work, putting that sweat and tears. You about to say LeBron and Michael Jordan got lucky. Nah, bro. They're just fire. They're just like that. Did Messi get lucky? Fuck no.
Get the chance. They don't get the shot at it.
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
What he did
I
to get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a
They
shot.
chose
It was
to-
I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
I can't Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's
Bro,
not.
he
I mean,
worked hard. Like people, why are you mad at him? He worked hard to be where he's at right now.
if that's
No,
fucking,
stand on it, stand on
if
it.
that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
Off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people.
And that's their fault. They can't blame anyone else, bro. Like he said, he made 2,000 videos, edited himself. He was working and grinding and take care of himself at the same time. He took that extra step. Those talented people you met, yeah, they could have been talented. I know a lot of funny people. People that are funnier than me. But they're not doing what I do. They're not taking the steps.
So
That's why, bro, in this life, you have no one else to blame but yourself. There's probably, let's say 5 people watch this. There's probably those 5 people that watch this vid. You probably got what it takes to be bigger than Faze Clan, bigger than all these niggas, make more money, but you choosing not to do it.
And even talented actors here, they never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do.
Let's make content.
It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
8 years to make a career?
Video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly. That's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it.
It wasn't guaranteed.
Do you not
bro.
think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given
Those
gift?
early Faze Clan days, bro. I remember trick shotting was kind of new. People were making, I think they were making money off YouTube. It's like, think about it. PewDiePie and KSI, I think they started YouTube when you couldn't even make money off it, if I remember. That's when the thing looked like Lipstick Alley. The UI on YouTube looked like shit. People were not making money off this shit, but they still did it because it's like, I think there's something here. They took that risk, and look where they're at now, bro. They chose, bro. Take that risk. Do something. This ain't luck.
Gift.
Video games is not. Like
You don't think you don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
That's I can't argue that because
y'all could never play FNCS.
There's a reason why there's millions of dollars, I think billions probably now, in esports and all this money thing, because it's talent. It's considered a sport now, bro. They're putting money behind it. It's a skill ranking. People watch certain people because how good they are, bro. But they're just unks, bro. They don't understand. They don't understand.
Either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You
shit.
come from a generation where this didn't exist.
Yeah.
This career. You looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses?
Remember, bro, when rapping was just like a barbershop thing? People were just like, you're probably gonna make money off rapping. It was more of this a hobby thing you do. Now look at it. People making millions of dollars off rapping. You can't hate on that.
Content creation and esports.
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit, because you're from a completely different generation.
It's
you
facts.
just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around.
Oh.
And it's fun. But it's like,
And that's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fun.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
So that seems kind of easy.
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill.
We can do Excel sheets.
We just feel like what we did was.
Yeah, what I got from this video is that you should subscribe to JJONSOME and follow all of his socials right above there, as you can see, right above there. Yep, you follow all those. What I got from this video is that like closed-minded niggas, bro, will stay closed-minded. Sometimes it's okay not to debate, bro. They're just not gonna understand. But yeah, if you did take the main takeaway from this video, y'all, the main takeaway from this video, let me full screen for this. The main takeaway from this video is that you need to follow you need to like and subscribe and follow all these socials. All right, now see you on the next video.